Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my fans around the world. This is Garang Kon Lowal. Yeah, I hope everyone is doing good, is doing great everywhere you are. Yes, I am here to come and share with you, a few thoughts once again. Yes, along the same line of making the world a better place. Yes, last video was the meaning of life. So we are here to discuss part 3. We have talked about part 1, the meaning of life part 1, the meaning of life part 2, and this is going to be part 3 as a part of making the world a better place, because we have stated that to make the world a better place we needed to understand what does life really mean. Yes, and we have discussed many ideas of what does really to be alive, to be a human being, to live here on earth. Yes, and so before we go any further, as I always do, I would like to play you a song that we have created. It's a theme song which is making the world a better place promotion campaign song. I hope you guys like it last time, and I'm going to play it again for people who have not heard about it yet, so they can know what it is. Making the world a better place is about making yourself, your family, your community, and the entire world. Making the world a better place is about family planning better. Oh, making the world a better place is about family planning better. Making the world a better place is about protecting human rights and freedom. Making the world a better place is about health and safety. Making the world a better place is about peace and security. Making the world a better place is about learning and education. Making the world a better place is mentoring and coaching. Making the world a better place is about business, entrepreneurship, and employing. The world a better place is about environmental protection. The world a better place is about success and prosperity. Making the world a better place is about life and beyond. Life and beyond. Yes, you've heard it right. Making the world a better place is about it making yourself, your family, your community, and the entire world better. It's about, yes, protecting human rights and freedom. It's about family planning. It's about health and safety. It's about peace and security. It's about learning and education. It's about entrepreneurship and employment. It's about environmental protection. It's about coaching and mentoring. And it's about peace. It's about success and prosperity. It's about life and beyond. It is very comprehensive and conclusive. Yes, inclusive idea and philosophy. and a motto is everything. So yes, making the world a better place. I invite you to join me in making the world a better place. A lot of people have misunderstanding, misconception about what does it mean to make the world a better place. But it seemed to be clear from this theme, from this song. So last time we talked about the meaning of life, and we've said, to make life meaningful, people have to have a purpose, have to have a vision, have to have life goals, and plans that they are achieving to make life exciting, interesting, fulfilling, satisfying. And we've talked in order to make life fulfilling, interesting, exciting, and satisfying. There are so many aspects of life that actually where this satisfaction, fulfillment, enjoyment, and recognition, validation can be achieved, can be obtained. It's ranged from a different stage of life, from birth until the person dies, and this ranges from childhood, adolescent, adulthood, and maturity, you name it. So from babyhood to maturity, and every stage of human life development, there is a certain level of life satisfaction, life fulfillment, and enjoyment. So you can obtain satisfaction, fulfillment from a simple activity and simple occupation and simple vocation, ranging from marriage, family, relationship, and from academic and education journey, success, and you can gain satisfaction and fulfillment by simply being supportive and helpful to your family, to your friends, and to even some strangers, who are experiencing some difficult and challenging situation, like people who are poor in emergency situation that have forced them into that situation, like people who are facing in war or natural disaster or any other crisis events. So we continue I believe people also can obtain such satisfaction, fulfillment, and recognition, validation from profession, career, and entrepreneurship. So let's see, how can people obtain satisfaction from a job, from their professional career, or from operating a business. So the meaning of life to some people is to have a rewarding career and a prestigious profession where one can earn money while contributing significantly to society. So people can gain happiness, being happy, being fulfilled by working, by being employed, by operating a business where they can earn money and also contributing to society. Because when you are working, imagine working for a company, for an organization. Organization is helping you by paying you money, and you are helping them by producing goods and services, that they're going to sell to generate revenue. So it's a win-win situation. Both of you are helping each other. So they're paying you money to be able to pay your bills, and you are helping them also generate money, revenue, for customers. You're producing goods and service to customers, suppliers, shareholders, owners. There's so many people who are benefit from, from job, from employment. So, for example, it has become a custom that many people in the world are identified by their occupation, profession, and career, and recognized for their achievement in a certain expertise and discipline. Yes, since human being, they evolve or they develop from agricultural society, from feudalism economic system that was dependent on agriculture, fishing, hunting, and farming, into a capitalism economic system where industrial and manufacturing, warehousing, logistic, you name it, so many businesses, industries that have been established, that have been invented. So, people have been accustomed into, being trained into a certain or being recognized in a certain profession and occupation, or achievement. So for example, many people around the world work diligently to be valuable and relevant in society by achieving success and progress in their areas of expertise. People have gone to school to be trained, to be taught in a certain trade, certain profession and occupation, so that they can just focus in what, in that profession and career, in that job. This is because the meaning of life is to obtain recognition, validation, and command respect from people around the world, including family, friends, and society. So, being employed, having a professional career, and operating a business, it's not just because in order to earn money, that is the main and the major motivation. It's a major purpose, and also to contribute to society. It is also to earn validation, recognition that that you are invaluable, that you are unique, that you are important, a human being with abilities, with talents, with gifts that you could actually use in order to help society, and to make life meaningful. And that is the meaning of life. So from an early age, people are trained and guided to follow a specific path and choose a particular calling and career where their contribution will be noticed and recognized. Absolutely. When children are born, they go to, at the age of maybe 6 months, 1 year in some countries, 2 years in others. They go to childcare, and from childcare to kindergarten. Why do they invented schools? It is because to teach people education is very important. Otherwise people will be just left to the school at home. But education, people have discovered that education gives people direction and guidance in life in order to help them choose which path they wanted to go, which career they wanted to do, to focus in as they grow. So some people choose to work for the government. Yes, we have a lot of politicians who are working in the government. Otherwise, we will not have a well-running government around the world. It wasn't a luck, but there's somebody who said, "Look, I'm going to be a politician and go to be a member of the parliament in order to, to help people with, to introduce laws that help society." Yes, it's a very important job, even though it can be uncomfortable sometimes, but somebody has to do it. In any capacity, as politician, public servants, it's not only politician. We have other people who worked in for government agencies like libraries, museums, parks, councils. They are working also for the government. So this government attract many talented, qualified, skills workers that are not necessarily politicians. Politicians are only those who work in the parliament, who make laws, MPs. But you could be a public servant working for a government agency, as an accountant, as a manager. You could be working for government as a lawyer, as an engineer, as a teacher. You have public schools, public hospital, as a doctor. So we have law enforcement like the police, the army, and you name it. There's a government, has a lot of careers and a lot of jobs that people can apply for and work for, which is very interesting. In fact, actually, many governments around the world owns a lot of institutions and a lot of businesses, because it is easier for the government to invest in or to own businesses, institutions, agencies like banks, hospitals, schools, and manufacturing, roads, airports, and railways. So government is the largest employer in some countries, but in some countries it's not. We also encourage, that doesn't mean that we should not encourage private investors or private ownership, and that's what is capitalism mean. So this includes being a teacher, a doctor, lawyer, manager, an accountant, or an engineer, or a politician, carpenter, electrician, plumber, or a tiler. So we have electricians, tilers, plumbers who work for the government just to repair and fix government properties and buildings and real estate. So while others choose a variety of careers and occupations such as lawyers, doctors, teachers, engineers. Okay, we have repeated that. So the meaning of life to majority of people in society is to make a positive impact on people's life in various strategies and contribution. We have just stated that. For example, a professional mentor or a teacher who is excellent in his profession and diligent in training and mentoring people in certain aspect of life to become successful and prosper in life. Let's say, for example, a teacher. A teacher is a very important profession. If not because of teachers around the world, many people will not have jobs. So I that is a big appreciation to teachers because they are the one that build the foundation of every profession around the world. So it's an important job to be a teacher, yet it's very difficult as well because you have to deal with a lot. Imagine a kindergarten teacher, a primary school teacher, a secondary school teacher, where sometimes, students can behave inappropriately, but they can still handle that. So, yeah, shout out to teachers around the world, and this included my teachers as well. So, 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 for example, a person who become the president of a country or manager of a profitable business organization or influential athletes or celebrity to attain a success in profession or trade, including doctor, engineers, lawyers. So a teacher is responsible or is behind someone who could be a president of the country or prime minister or just a manager of a large business organization. Or it can be the teacher is responsible for training and teaching the person who become a very influential athlete or celebrity, and a successful individual in life. So that person should be actually thankful for a teacher who has gave him the foundation in life. So that's why I said the teacher is a very important person. Therefore, this is a tremendous achievement of being significant and valuable person in life, which makes life rewarding and exciting and meaningful to enjoy. So the meaning of life to a teacher is very rewarding because they are responsible for training a lot of successful, prosperous in people in life, including head of states, lawyers, engineers, teachers, managers of the world. So this implies that one of the things that make life meaningful and enjoyable is working and being employed to earn money and income to afford basic life necessities and pay for everyday expenses while contributing positively to society. So a job is very important to earn money, to be able to pay for life, everyday life necessities and expenses, while contributing also to positively to society. This is because permanent work and stable employment to majority of people in the world provide a sense of value and meaning and status. Many people find it rewarding, satisfying to perform their task and responsibility in job and occupation for their aspiration and diligently, competently while earning a living. This is because most people will suggest that life is meaningless without basic and regular income to afford basic life necessities such as access to sanitization, clean water, food, clothing, accommodation, and quality health care service and education. So life could be meaningless if you don't have a job. It could be boring. Life will have no sense of value, of meaning, if you are idle, doing nothing. Yes, you will feel terrible. So if you're working, it gives you a sense of value. It gives you a sense of importance, and you needed the money to be able to pay for food, for shelter, for clothing, for accommodation, and etc. So many people consider life worthless without enough wealth and riches to earn them the fame, the status, and the luxury products and service, and to live affluent lifestyle in their desire. So, yeah, in economy, people are taught, these are basic life necessity. That's including sanitization, clean water, food, shelter, and clothing. Once you meet those basic needs, you know, then you could actually be able um, to move into a higher needs, and that is to be able to um, yeah to to achieve self-actualization as explained by mostly hierarchy of needs. That is the needs for safety, need for belonging, need for food and clothing and shelter, physical, and then and psychological. Once the psychological needs are being met, the next needs are self-actualization, and that in being, making a contribution to society, and that is where accumulating wealth, you know, uh, operating a business comes in. So, for example, some people believe that life is meaningless without attaining a notable achievement and accomplishment that will last a lifetime and profound legacy for a generation. So, once you meet the basic needs of life, you needed um, to attain something, to achieve um, something, either in school by having a degree or a college, um, yes, a college degree, or operating a business, or investing, or inventing something, or writing a book, like we have explained some last time. So, for example, to many of these people, being creative, innovative, and having an entrepreneurial mentality by having extraordinary vision and a brilliant idea of establishing a business or an enterprise is the most satisfying and fulfilling um, thing in life. So the meaning of life for many people is to be creative, innovative, and have a brilliant idea where you can establish a business or invent something. So something that will provide value to society um, and contribute meaningfully to the world is the best method of attaining success and fame in life. So, alternatively, other people ambition and aspiration is to become famous and influential or a celebrity by excelling and attaining success in the sport and entertainment industry. So we've talking about career, professional career, entrepreneurship, and business. So there are those people are those group of people who are happy to have a career or profession, whether it's a trade or just profession, and there are those people who wanted to achieve more than that, to operate a business where they can employ thousands and millions of people, where they actually they wanted to higher achievement. They wanted to a business that will last for a generation. Like you have Microsoft. People like the Bill Gates, people like uh, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, and people who have invented a lot of things. These are the kind of achievement and accomplishment that people wanted to remember for many years. And there's those people who just wanted to work for somebody, and that will be enough. But there are some people who wanted to be creative, to be innovative, and to have a brilliant idea and a purpose and a life goal that will accommodate not only themselves, but many people. It could be two, it could be five, it could be 10, it could be million, that can involve a lot of people, and the company and a corporation that can be recognized around the world. So if that is you, yes, that is the meaning of life for you. And what the meaning of life for somebody, it could be just to be employed as an accountant, as a lawyer, as a manager, as a doctor, as an engineer, as an electrician, and a plumber. Yes, so it's different. On the other hand, there are some people who wanted to, their ambition is to be influential athletes, or famous musicians, in the sport and entertainment industry. So all these are professions as well, but they are kind of different professions and career, and we're going to see how different are they. So this is achieved by developing and improving their gift, talents, hobbies, interests, and abilities to the level of securing a career and profession and earning money and generating wealth. So, as we have stated in some of our podcasts and discussion, that the majority of famous, influential, and wealthy individuals nowadays are found in entertainment, sport, and media industry. You understand? So this type of people, they are the people who have abilities, gifts, and talents and hobbies that they have recognized and developed, to the point where they have secured a career. They become a career. They've been known for their talents and abilities and gift. Like now there is a sport academy, there is a music academy, there is film academy. So there is a school now that where actually if you are an actor, you could go to be able to develop your talents, of your acting talents. There is a school for sport. If you are professional athletes, you want to develop your talents and your skills further. So that's the meaning of life for some people. So generally, people in the sport, media, and entertainment industry have attracted some of the brightest and finest young people whose gift talent is not reading books, journal, sitting in classroom and doing homework or assignment for extended period of time. I say this with utmost respect for what I'm saying. Is not to discount, not to say that actually people who are athletes or musicians or actors, they are not as smart. Some of them are very intelligent. They're very smart people. But yes, majority of people, gift and talent, sometimes when you realize that actually reading a book can be boring, and reading a journal or sitting in classroom and doing homework is not for you, you will be actually uh, turning to alternative, and that alternative, it could be either sport, music, acting, or comedy, or whatever. You understand? Yeah, I could be corrected if I'm wrong, but I just said, look, I have some athletes, musicians, and actors who are very smart. Some of them hold degrees as well, hold bachelor's, masters, and doctors. So please forgive me for saying that. However, their interest is in performing activities that demand practical and physical abilities such as sport, music, art, drama, movies, and entertainment. So most of the people who are in, whose talent and gift and skill is not reading books, journal, sitting classroom, or doing homework assignment for extended period of time, their interest is performing activities that demand practical and physical abilities and talents and gifts such as sport, music, art, drama, and movies and entertainment. So this is a reality and a fact according to works of an author who stated that some people focus more on applying technical, practical skills and communication skill than conceptual skills to attain success and progress in life. Okay, so that was in terms of professional career and entrepreneurship in life, you know, that is the meaning of life to some people. In order, that is to gain satisfaction, to obtain satisfaction, happiness, and fulfillment in being having a career and professional career, or operating a business, or being an athlete or actor, a musician, yeah, in media, sport, and entertainment industry, or being famous and a celebrity and influential person in the world. All right, so the meaning of life also can be expressed in simple life activities that could be described as leisure and entertainment. So other people's meaning of life is to obtain happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment in the easiest way possible. For instance, many people choose to live a simple and modest life, not because they want to, but due to adverse life circumstances that have compelled them to do so. This is because many people think that the meaning of life is to be happy, and through entertainment and engaging in leisure activities in their various forms and shapes. So I could not find any other words to describe this type of entertainment and indulgence, so I put it leisure and entertainment. And I'm going to you're going to find out okay, sorry about that. You're going to find out what I describe this. Remember, English is my second language, so yeah. While I am also doing this podcast, I must confess that English, it is not my mother tongue, so it's my second language. Sometimes you have to be humble enough, and and be honest and truthful. So many people indulge in substance abuse and destructive habits that only provide temporary relief and comfort from the present misery and comforts such as engaging in excessive drinking of alcohol, smoking, drugs, and gambling. So what I describe here, like the meaning of life for some people is to obtain um, temporary fulfillment, satisfaction from indulging in leisure and entertainment activity. Some people call it recreation, like nowadays there's been called recreation. But this kind of indulgence, though it is being allowed in our society, it has long-term health effect in people's life. But people still do it, like smoking cigars. For some people, it's a kind of it's a kind of very give them uh, a kind of expression. Only somebody who smoke cigarette that can describe, or somebody who engage in taking drugs, for example. It gives them temporary satisfaction and fulfillment. Same thing goes to drinking alcohol. Same thing goes to gambling. Many people do it just to obtain temporary comfort and relief from many life anxieties, sometimes challenges, sometimes problems. It's not because they wanted to, but because life challenges and situation force them to do so. This group of people believe in the temporary satisfaction, enjoyment, and pleasure of these negative activities and habits provide, while forgetting the long-term impact of the low socio-economic lifestyle. It is something that it could be described if you, not all people who smoke or drink alcohol or take drugs or gamble are bad people. No. In fact, some of the richest, some of the famous, some of, inspiring people in the world, yes, engage in this type of activities. But the science and the research provides or indicate that this type of activities have long-term health consequences, negative health consequences. I could be corrected if I'm wrong, but this is the fact. It is written even in the in the secret box that smoking kills. But people still smoke. It is very surprising, but that is life, so when I say the meaning of life, if it is written there that actually smoking it's harmful for your health, why would you still take it? It is because it become a habit, it's become addiction. You understand that you will not easily get rid of. You understand? But I am with you. You understand? Even the one that talking to you, I drink alcohol occasionally. You understand? It's just I don't smoke, I don't gamble, and I don't do drugs. But I know that actually drinking has negative health consequences. So I am a part of I'm talking to myself when I'm saying this. So therefore, life can be meaningful and wonderful in a short term for time being without worrying or being concerned about the future. So while people are engaging in those leisure and entertainment activities in order to obtain temporary pleasure, temporary satisfaction, temporary fulfillment, you know, life can be meaningful and wonderful for the short term and for the time being. But in the longer term, you know, that could be harmful, you know, to your health and to your life, to your future. So life, in the longer term, life is meaningless and void, lacking purpose and direction that can provide substantial satisfaction and fulfillment. So like I said, majority of people who engage in smoking, drinking, gambling, and use of drugs, they're not all of them failures, or they're not all of them lack purpose or direction. In fact, some of them are very rich, some of them are very educated, some of them are very influential, majority of them actually, but only a few individuals who take those kind or engage in those kind of habits and products and services to the extent of life being meaningless and void in a kind of that can be described as addiction. Because when it become addiction, that's where life can lack meaning and lack purpose. The issue is more complex than that, because some of the low social habits of these low social habits and practices provide temporary relief and comfort to majority of people in society, yet have long-term adverse health consequences. So like I said, the issue is more complex, okay, than what I just said. Because why? Because these low social habits and practices provide temporary relief and comfort to many people in society, but they have negative health consequences. So the paradox is the products and services. These products and services are these products and services generate substantial amount of wealth and income to many individual, corporation, and business around the world, and are difficult to close down. So the products and services that are associated with those substance abuse and negative social habits like smoking, drinking, gambling, and drugs, they generate a lot of money to many people around the world, and many businesses and many companies. So this is because companies and businesses in tobacco, gambling, and alcohol industry provide employment to many people around the world, generate a lot of money, revenue to investors, and pay a lot of taxes to the government. Can you see the paradox? So we have these products and services that provide temporary relief, to make life meaningful to many people around the world, but they are harmful to the body, to many people's bodies and emotion, and and many people's health in the longer term. But you understand, they also provide employment. Many people working in tobacco industry, gambling industry, alcohol industry, many people working there is a source of livelihood, is a source of income to many people, and generate a lot of a return to investors. So many people are investing their money in those industries, in those businesses, and they also pay taxes to the government. So it's a crisscross. It's very delicate. It's a very complicated issue, you know. So when people talk about quitting smoking, quitting alcohol, quitting gambling, you know, quitting drugs addiction, you know, this will take a lot of effort and a lot of commitment and a lot of resolve for many people, many companies, and the government involved as well. So even when government wants to say, look, we're trying to solve, we're trying to solve something, they are actually benefiting from, you know, because they are, you know, they are generating, they are receiving tax from those companies, and some people are employed. So it causes it can be nervous to a lot of people, you know, when people are talking about um, you know, penalizing companies or closing down those companies who produce those products and services. It is can be difficult, but I leave it to you guys, to society, to judge. What I am here is to point out the paradox and the issue and the complication that we have. Okay, as a result, it's extremely challenging to fight these large businesses and corporations that are source of livelihood to millions of people around the world. Yes, so it's very hard and difficult to actually fight the companies and the businesses that produce those products and services that actually provide temporary pleasure, relief, and comfort, fulfillment to many people around the world. Yet they are very harmful, you know, to health and body of people in the longer term. So, okay, I think we have come to an end to this podcast. I'll go quickly before we run off. So, pleasure and indulgence also can be obtained from all sources of media and entertainment industry, including television, internet, and various social media networks. So, pleasure and indulgence can also provide meaning, or can provide meaningful life to people, you know, by indulging in all sorts of media and entertainment industry, including television, internet, and various social media networks. For example, today 50% of people lives involve the application of technology and the use of internet services. You know, technology, internet has become a part of our everyday life, so we cannot escape from it. But at the same time, there is harmful side and negative side of use of application as well that can be described as temporary pleasure and indulgent. So this is because the majority of people in the world today spend half of their daily time either working, studying, or entertaining, which require the use of technology in various forms and shapes. So, technology, we need technology in our workplace to perform our tasks and responsibilities. We need technology in our schools and colleges to to study and learn, and people need technology as well in entertainment, even in our homes, for entertainment purposes. So this range from equipments and electronic devices such as TV, computers, iPad, tablets, and phones. So all these are technological equipment. So they include both hardware and software applications necessary to perform daily tasks and responsibility. This is because technology is vast and very ranging from television, computer, software application companies such as Sony, Microsoft, and Apple. So you have television, computer, and software application companies like Sony, Microsoft, and Apple, and many other companies. So you have phone companies as well, including Nokia, Samsung, Apple, and etc. And you have telecommunication and internet service providers companies such as Telstra, TPG, Optus, and search engine companies like Google and Bing. So, and also social media organizations such as Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, WhatsApp, all these companies. So when we talk about everything that we do in our life, there are some big corporations, big companies, big wealthy individuals that are behind those services and products, So, and they are employing a lot of people, generating a lot of income and paying tax to the government. So you can imagine. But at the same time, it provides beneficial service to our life. So therefore, when people spend substantial amount of time watching TV or browsing through internet and social media networks, then appropriate, that is unwise and irresponsible use of technology and can be harmful than beneficial. And it can be described as indulgent for temporary relief and satisfaction. So apart from studying, aside from working, using technology to study, to work, or simply to perform domestic tasks at home or any other place, yes, we also use our spare time, when we are not working, when we are not studying. We can just use that time at home, relaxing, to watch TV or to browse through internet. Yes, it is important. Sometimes even news nowadays has become just you catch up on the social media rather than watching TV or just, But we who could be disciplined to use, use technology in a wise and a responsible manner. So when we spend many, for example, how many hours? 6 hours, up to 12 hours, just on the internet. Yes, some people do. I can be corrected if I'm wrong, but some people do. If that is all that we can do, that is harmful, that is not good for our health, for our brain, to our physical body, even sometimes. So that is unwise and irresponsible use of technology, and it can be harmful for our life. That can be described as indulgent and a temporary relief and satisfaction. And life can be meaningless and lacking purpose and lacking meaning. So in order to obtain maximum benefit and advantage from technology, it is recommended that we use it in a disciplined and responsible way, so that we can drive satisfaction, fulfillment, from it and make life meaningful. Okay, guys, I think we have come to an end to this Meaning of Life Part 3 as a part of Making the World a Better Place series. Thank you very much for listening. I hope I have entertained you, inspired you, educated you about the meaning of life that people gain from having a professional career, obtaining a job, being employed, or operating a business, or being an athlete, a musician, actor, or and yes, or even the temporary pleasure and satisfaction people gain from engaging in substance abuse and negative social habits that only provide temporary relief and satisfaction, yet they have long-term health, negative health consequences. But the issue is, it's not because of these people, it is because we cannot address the social problem associated with those substance abuses and those social habits. Because they provide a lot of income to many individual companies. They employ millions of people, and they pay taxes to the government. So an issue is larger and more complicated than that. We also talk about indulging and gaining temporary fulfillment and pleasure from the use of technology rather than using it wisely and responsibly. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day, and see you next